Have you ever woken up and felt like your body just doesn't listen anymore? The hands that once gripped steady now tingle without warning. The legs that carried you everywhere suddenly feel like they belong to someone else. Weak, shaky, unreliable. Most people think this is just what aging feels like, but as a doctor, I can tell you it's not that simple. What you're feeling isn't just time catching up, it's your body running low on something essential, something that quietly holds everything together. It's collagen. When collagen breaks down, your joints lose their cushion, your nerves lose their insulation, and your muscles lose the steady strength that used to make every step effortless. The result? Pain, stiffness, numbness, and a creeping fear that independence is slipping away. But here's the truth most people don't hear often enough. Your body can rebuild that lost foundation, and the way to do it isn't through expensive pills or injections. It starts in your kitchen with foods that taste good and work harder for you than most medicines ever could. Stay with me, because today I'll share 8 simple collagen-rich snacks that can bring back stability, strength, and comfort from the inside out. Most people hear chocolate and instantly think of guilt. I used to watch my older patients look down at the treat in their hand as if it were the reason for every ache in their joints. But here's the twist that stops almost everyone in their tracks. The right kind of chocolate doesn't damage your body, it helps rebuild it. Dark chocolate that's at least 80% cacao is packed with compounds called flavonols, the same natural chemicals studied at Harvard and the NIH for their role in improving blood flow and protecting connective tissue. Think of flavonols as tiny repair crews rushing through your bloodstream to calm inflammation and trigger collagen production where your body needs it most. When I say a square a day keeps the pain away, I'm not exaggerating. A 2022 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who consumed small daily portions of high cacao chocolate showed a 15% improvement in vascular flexibility after 12 weeks. That translates into better circulation to the skin, the nerves, and yes, the muscles that keep you steady on your feet. Now the trick is purity. Forget candy bars stuffed with sugar and milk fat. They cancel out every benefit. What you want is a solid ounce of dark chocolate melted gently until smooth, then folded with a handful of roasted almonds and a teaspoon of dried goji berries. Those almonds deliver the amino acids your body uses as raw material for new collagen, while the goji berries add vitamin C, which activates the whole process. When the mixture cools and hardens, each bite becomes a powerful trifecta antioxidants to shield your DNA minerals, to steady your nerves, and nutrients that literally rebuild the scaffold under your skin. I tell my patients, make this your nightly ritual instead of your guilty pleasure. Over a month, they often notice their morning stiffness ease and their grip, strength return, proof that indulgence, when chosen wisely, can be medicine. And just when they start believing chocolate could be healthy, I ask them a question that catches them off guard. What if the next snack actually works even faster because it's collagen itself? If dark chocolate feels like a pleasant surprise, this next one usually makes people laugh. Doctor, you mean Jell-O, they ask. And I smile because they're not entirely wrong. Gelatin is simply collagen that's been broken down, so your body can absorb it almost instantly. When we're young, our systems make this protein effortlessly. By 60, that ability can drop by half. What happens then? Joints grind muscles, weaken nerves, misfire, and every step feels heavier than it used to. But here's the good news, you can refill that supply right in your kitchen with nothing more than juice, heat, and patience. The science is clear. A 2019 study from the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who consumed gelatin before light exercise produced up to 25% more collagen in their connective tissue over time. That's not marketing, that's physiology. The amino acids glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline act like the bricks and mortar your body needs to rebuild cartilage and repair microdamage in joints and skin. Think of it as patching the small cracks before they turn into fractures. Here's how I tell my patients to make it. Pour 1 cup of unsweetened cherry or pomegranate juice into a saucepan. Both are high in antioxidants that protect new collagen from breaking down. Warm it gently. Don't boil. Sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of plain powdered gelatin and stir until it dissolves. Add chopped nuts for healthy fats and a few fresh berries for an extra vitamin C boost. Pour the mix into small molds, let it chill in the fridge, and in a few hours you have chewy ruby red bites that taste like candy but act like therapy. Each cube feeds your joints, lubricates movement, and soothes that stiffness that sneaks up after long walks or cold mornings. When people try this, they often report something subtle yet profound. It's not just that their knees stop creaking, it's that they start trusting their bodies again. And that shift from doubt to confidence is what real healing looks like. Because once you feel that power returning, you start wondering if simple gelatin can do this. What happens when we go deeper to a food that's naturally saturated with collagen from the start? The first time I recommend bone broth to a patient, the reaction is almost always the same. A skeptical eyebrow raise followed by, "You mean soup?" But bone broth isn't just soup, it's a slow-cooked extraction of everything your body has been missing. Collagen, amino acids, minerals, and gelatin all merge into a warm restorative blend that fuels joints, nerves, and even the lining of your gut. The longer it simmers, the richer the healing becomes. Think of it as nature's repair serum, brewed over hours instead of bottled in a lab. There's solid science behind this old-fashioned remedy. Research published in Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed a collagen-rich broth daily for 8 weeks improved knee comfort and mobility by 20% compared to those who didn't. The reason is simple: when collagen is broken down during cooking, it releases glycine and proline, 2 amino acids essential for rebuilding connective tissue and calming inflammation. Meanwhile, the minerals drawn from the bones like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus support muscle contraction and nerve signaling, reducing that tingling or shaky sensation that so many of my patients describe. To make it work for you, save the bones from roasted chicken or a weekend rotisserie. Toss them into a large pot cover with about 3 quarts of water, add a splash of apple cider vinegar to pull out the minerals, and throw in carrots, celery and onions. Let it simmer low and slow for 8 hours, then strain and pour it into jars. As it cools, it transforms into a soft gel, your homemade collagen concentrate. Scoop out half a cup, warm it, and finish with lemon juice and fresh parsley for extra vitamin C and flavour. That's not just comfort food, it's physical restoration in a mug. One of my patients, Frank 68, came back after 3 weeks of sipping broth every afternoon. "Doctor," he said, "my knees don't crack when I climb the stairs anymore." It wasn't a miracle. It was chemistry, slow, natural, and consistent. The best part is how it feels beyond the joints. People report steadier balance, fewer nighttime cramps, even better sleep. It's as if the body, finally nourished, can relax. But just when my patients start to believe warmth is the only path to recovery, I introduce something bright cold and unexpectedly refreshing, a fruit that builds collagen while cooling inflammation from the inside out. Every now and then, I like to surprise people by reminding them that sometimes healing doesn't come from something heavy or hearty, it comes from something light, cool and sweet. Cantaloupe, that bright orange fruit most of us think of as just a breakfast filler, is actually one of the quiet heroes in collagen support. Why? Because it's loaded with vitamin C, and without enough of it, your body simply cannot make collagen, no matter how much protein you eat. It's like trying to build a house with no nails, the pieces never hold together. A single cup of fresh cantaloupe gives you nearly 2/3 of your daily vitamin C needs, and that one bowl can begin to turn stiffness into motion. Vitamin C fuels the enzymes that twist collagen fibers into strong, flexible strands, making every movement smoother. A 2020 report in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adults with higher vitamin C intake had measurably better muscle strength and fewer complaints of joint pain. It's an elegant reminder that sometimes the smallest additions to your diet create the biggest shifts in how you move. Here's how I tell my patients to turn this into a quick collagen-friendly snack scoop. About 1 cup of chilled cantaloupe into bite-sized cubes, drizzle a teaspoon of fresh lime juice over the top, sprinkle on finely chopped mint leaves, and finish with a tablespoon of crushed pistachios. The citrus amplifies absorption of vitamin C, the mint cools inflammation, and the pistachios provide healthy fats that keep cell membranes supple. The flavour is bright, refreshing, and unexpectedly satisfying, the kind of snack that feels like summer in a bowl, yet quietly works to rebuild your body from the inside out. When patients add this to their routine, many tell me they start to feel lighter. Their steps loosen, their fingers move more easily, and the nagging tightness that used to follow them through the day begins to fade. That's the beauty of nourishment that heals. It doesn't just ease pain, it restores joy to movement. And as refreshing as that cantaloupe bowl can be, the next food goes one step further. It pairs warmth with power, harnessing the deep red pigment of the tomato to protect the collagen you already have and strengthen every capillary that carries life through it. Most of us have a few tomatoes sitting on the counter, waiting to be sliced into a sandwich or tossed into a salad. But what if I told you that same tomato could protect the collagen you've already built, acting almost like armour for your joints, blood vessels and skin? Tomatoes are rich in a compound called lycopene, a bright red antioxidant that neutralises the free radicals responsible for breaking down collagen. Without that protection, your body works twice as hard to repair damage. When I tell patients this, they often look surprised. It's not a supplement or powder. It's the same fruit they've been overlooking their entire lives. Science agrees. A study from Harvard School of Public Health found that adults with higher lycopene levels had 34% fewer signs of tissue inflammation and better vascular elasticity. Lycopene, together with vitamin C in ripe tomatoes, acts like a double shield. One preserves collagen, the other helps create it. And here's the twist. Heat makes lycopene more absorbable, which means slightly warming your tomatoes actually enhances their power. When combined with a bit of healthy fat, your body soaks it up even more efficiently. That's why I always recommend a simple caprese-style snack. Slice a ripe tomato, layer it with pieces of fresh mozzarella or diced avocado if you're dairy-free, drizzle with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil and top with torn basil leaves and a light pinch of sea salt. The oil delivers fat-soluble antioxidants straight into your cells. The basil calms digestion, and the colour alone seems to remind your body what vitality looks like. It's a dish that looks like a cafe appetizer but performs like a collagen-preserving supplement. One of my favourite things about this snack is how it feels almost ceremonial. You assemble it slowly, you sit, you savour, and by the end your body has absorbed more than flavour. You've given it resilience, you've reminded your circulation how to work for you, not against you. And while tomatoes guard at what you already have, the next food rebuilds what you've lost, one creamy tropical spoonful at a time, where protein meets vitamin C in a harmony that tastes like dessert but behaves like medicine. When I ask my patients if they've ever tried guava, most shake their heads. It's one of the most underrated superfruits in the grocery aisle, often hiding behind apples and bananas. But inside that soft pink flesh lies a collagen secret more powerful than most vitamin tablets. Guava is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin C on the planet. Just 1 cup provides over 4 times the daily value. Without enough vitamin C, your body simply can't link amino acids into collagen, no matter how much protein you consume. Think of it like trying to sew fabric without thread. Everything frays. For older adults, that deficiency shows up fast: dull muscle tone, achy knees, slower recovery after exercise. But here's the part that changes everything. When you pair guava with protein, you activate a repair signal that wakes up muscle and nerve cells. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging found that combining vitamin C-rich foods with dairy or plant-based protein significantly boosted collagen synthesis and improved lower limb strength in adults over 60. That's not magic, that's smart biochemistry. Here's how I prepare it myself. Slice 1 ripe guava into small cubes and mix it into 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt, thick, unsweetened, full of leucine, the amino acid that tells your body build. Add a drizzle of honey if you like, a touch of sweetness. Squeeze a bit of lime for extra vitamin C, and finish with chopped walnuts or almonds for magnesium and healthy fats. Every bite delivers the exact combination your body craves: antioxidant protection, collagen building, amino acids, and steady energy that lasts through the morning. I once had a patient, Margaret, who started this routine after feeling constant fatigue and leg weakness. 3 weeks later, she called and said, "Doctor, I can walk up my driveway without stopping." That's the difference between feeding hunger and fueling repair. What I love about the guava yogurt bowl is that it teaches a larger truth. Rebuilding collagen isn't about restriction, it's about abundance, colour, texture, balance. And just when my patients think they've found their favourite tropical secret, I tell them about a little green fruit that looks ordinary but carries enough vitamin C and antioxidants to turn your circulation and your confidence back on. Every time I mention kiwi, people smile politely as if I'm recommending a decoration for their fruit salad. But this fuzzy little fruit holds one of the most concentrated doses of vitamin C in nature, nearly 230% of the daily value in just 2 kiwis. That surge of vitamin C doesn't just help your immune system, it jumpstarts collagen synthesis, restores elasticity in your joints, and protects the fragile nerves that control movement and sensation. For many of my older patients who struggle with tingling fingers or unsteady legs, kiwi becomes an unexpected turning point. The science is as vivid as the fruit itself. In 2020, researchers from the University of Otago in New Zealand found that adults who ate 2 kiwis a day for 4 weeks experienced improved tissue oxygenation and lower oxidative stress markers. Those changes may sound technical, but here's what they mean in plain English. Your cells start breathing again. Better oxygen flow equals better healing. To transform this into a collagen-friendly snack, peel and slice 2 ripe kiwis, sprinkle a tablespoon of toasted almonds or walnuts on top, and if you enjoy a little contrast, add a pinch of chili flakes or a dusting of sea salt. The nuts provide magnesium and arginine, supporting nerve conduction, while the slight heat from chili stimulates circulation. The flavours pop sweet, tart, spicy, like a wake-up call for your taste buds and your bloodstream. One patient, Robert 74, told me he began this routine after years of feeling his legs go to sleep halfway through his morning walk. 2 weeks in, he noticed not only that the numbness faded, but that his pace quickened without effort. That's the beauty of small, consistent choices they quietly add, up until one day your body remembers how capable it is. By now you might be wondering if every fruit has a role in rebuilding collagen. Not exactly. The next one is different. It doesn't just deliver vitamin C, it brings along a rare enzyme that fights inflammation so effectively that many athletes swear by it. And when paired with crunchy nuts, it becomes the perfect bite for ending your day on a note that's both soothing and strong. When I bring up pineapple, most people think of tropical beaches or summer desserts, not joint health. But inside every golden slice lies one of nature's most powerful healing tools, bromelain. It's an enzyme found primarily in pineapple's core and juice, and its ability to reduce inflammation has been documented for decades. In fact, clinical research published in the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology found that bromelain supplementation eased joint stiffness and swelling in older adults just as effectively as certain over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs without the side effects. That's a pretty impressive track record for something you can buy at your local grocery store. Bromelain works by gently dismantling the inflammatory proteins that accumulate around worn joints and irritated nerves. When that pressure is lifted, circulation improves, pain subsides, and your body can finally redirect its energy toward rebuilding collagen instead of fighting constant inflammation. And when you pair pineapple with the right kind of nuts, you turn that enzyme into a delivery system for sustained energy and tissue repair. The healthy fats in macadamia, nuts, or cashews help absorb fat-soluble vitamins, while their magnesium supports muscle function and nerve calmness. Here's a simple version my patients love. Cut one fresh pineapple into bite-sized chunks about a cup's worth and mix it with a small handful of chopped macadamia nuts. Add a sprinkle of ground cinnamon to balance blood sugar and a few torn mint leaves to soothe digestion. Serve it chilled in the evening as a dessert or post-dinner snack. It tastes like a treat but works like therapy. The bromelain quiets inflammation, while vitamin C and magnesium team up to strengthen connective tissue overnight. Some of my patients even say their hands feel looser in the morning after a few nights of enjoying it. I'll never forget one man, Leonard 70, who came into my office complaining that his fingers felt like rusted hinges. He started eating this pineapple mix 3 nights a week. A month later, he held up his hand and flexed it easily, smiling like a kid. "Feels like I oiled them," he said. "That's not luck. That's consistency meeting biology. By now we've travelled through 8 foods that taste simple, yet act with precision, rebuilding what time has worn away." But here's the part. Most people miss real transformation doesn't end with food, it begins there. Because once you start feeding your body what it truly needs, everything else starts to follow. The mind clears, the energy returns, and suddenly strength isn't a memory, it's your new normal. So here's what I want you to remember before you click away. Weak legs, tingling hands and aching joints are not signs that your best years are over. They're signals, gentle reminders from your body saying, "Feed me what I need." The truth is, age doesn't stop regeneration. It only slows it down when we stop giving our bodies the right tools. Those tools are simple, real food and consistent movement, good sleep, and a little faith that change is still possible. The 8 collagen-rich snacks we just talked about, from dark chocolate clusters to pineapple nut bites, are not just recipes. They're daily acts of care, tiny promises you make to yourself that strength and comfort can return. When you give your body what it's been missing, it gives you something priceless in return: confidence, independence, and peace inside your own skin. If you take just one thing from today's video, let it be. This healing isn't a miracle, it's momentum. Start small, stay consistent, and your body will respond in ways that surprise you. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these snacks will you try first? Leave a comment below, I read every one of them. If this video helped you, tap the like button so more people can discover natural ways to rebuild their strength. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next video packed with simple science-based health tips. And if you know someone who's been struggling with joint pain or weakness, share this with them. You might be the reason they start to feel better. Your health journey isn't behind you, it's right here, and it starts with what you choose to nourish yourself with today.